So the first step, we're going to mark 3 inches from the end of our silicone bladder and draw a line here at the 3-inch mark. And we're going to do this on both sides. We already pre-strung a rope inside of our silicone bladder. You can do this by using a push camera or a push rod. So now we're going to use this rope. We're going to tie it to the end of our light train to help assist pulling it on the light train. So now we're going to pull the light train through and we're going to center it up. We do not recommend using any type of lubricant or liquid on this process. Now we can go ahead and remove the rope. We're going to make sure that we're centered in the silicone bladder to where our 3-inch marks are at the end of the light train. So when we pull this on, we want to center it and also make sure that the seam of the silicone bladder is straight and not twisted. So now we align where the 3-inch marks, so where they fall on the outer edge of the spring end adapter, and we're going to make sure to fold this in an S shape so the folds are in the same direction. The reason we do this is if you do not and they're folded in the opposite directions, it could result in an air leak. So once you get the S fold, we're going to use electrical tape to get this nice and tight. Now we're going to do the same thing on the packer adapter end. And once again, we're going to make sure that the seam on that silicone is straight as we do our S fold and secure tightly with electrical tape. So now we're going to take out the banding and Kevlar on your packer spare parts kit. There's 2 pieces of Kevlar for each end. And we'll open it up and slide it over the silicone. As we go to put the band on, we want to make sure that we're pulling it in the same direction of the folds. So the end going through the buckle is in the same direction. And this band is positioned in the groove on the end fitting. So now we're ready to use our bandit tool. Now we're going to put our band through the break of the bandit tool. Position it so it's straight and start to tighten. We want to make sure that this bandit tool is nice and flat as we do this. So as we tighten down, we're going to make some black marks on the banding to watch as it pulls in tight. Once we notice that the black marks are no longer moving, that means it's not tightening anymore, and we can stop turning the banding tool. At that point, we're ready to tighten down the set screw. We're going to tighten down this set screw using a 3/32 Allen key. Once tight, pull up at a 90-degree angle, loosen on your banding tool. Use the cutting lever to cut the banding. Straighten the end of the banding down, and then we're going to go over the top of the band with electrical tape. So now we're going to turn back the silicone material, and this is going to be done for both 4-inch and 6-inch packers because we're going to apply a second band. Once it's turned back, we're going to use electrical tape and tape around this tightly. So when putting the second band over the top for the 4-inch and 6-inch, we're going to place it to where it's just on the inside of the first band that's underneath, and also make sure that the buckle where the set screw goes is in the opposite side of the first buckle. And just as the same as the first one, we're going to tighten down. Once we're fully tight, we can go ahead and screw down the set screw with the Allen key. Loosen our banding and go ahead and cut the banding free. Now we're going to go ahead and apply electrical tape over the second band on the outside. And that completes the banding on the packer adapter end. Now we're going to do the same thing on the spring end. And this is the completed 4 and 6 inch packer bladder install, including the spring end.